let's see. So I wanted to show you a couple of new things, which I think are really cool. And I will just do this where I'm side by side. So a couple of new things that are happening with the website, which I'm going to just show you because I'm on and Rob's not here yet. So we have this really awesome new courses page. And this is actually all going to get changed. We hired this really amazing graphic designer who he showed us his preview and it looks amazing. And I don't want to give too much away. Oh, let me add Rob. Hey.
Hey.
I was just telling everybody how you were locked out of your office, but I was also just figured I'd fill some time and showing them the cool things that our website has.
Excellent. I apologize I'm late. It was a hectic day.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a late start from David. So then I had a meeting with the Photoshop team real quick. And I was just like 3 to 5 minutes late to that one just because traffic on the turnpike. And then I just stepped in a bunch of kitty puke.
Oh, yeah. I told them that part. Oh, you can see my.
Oh, yeah.
Well, is your studio done? You want to show everybody your studio? I was going to show them the website, but we're also doing webinars. So if you're joining us, we are doing webinars every other Thursday. So the next one's going to be 2 weeks from today at 11 a.m. Eastern. And if you're already an account holder, I would highly recommend these. We're going to do them every other Thursday, pretty much for the next couple months, right? Like July and August, we're hoping. So
yeah, I think it's going to be a consistent thing.
Yeah. So it's going to be hopefully helping everybody set up their accounts and getting used to adding students, because that's a new feature for us because we have never done that before. Can you hear?
I feel like we're playing with the big boys now.
I know. And I wish I could show you. I mean, it's awkward because I'm on my computer, but I wish I could show you our office setup because Eric, my husband, has been adding all kinds of fun, fancy things since he's going to start like legit working from home instead of just like quarantine working from home. So he's set up the boom arm. You got us like
nice
10 years ago, and he got a fancy microphone. It's like right here. Whoop.
Ooh.
I know, it's fancy.
Yeah. Nice.
And we got a cool light that's I don't know if I can do it from my phone. He set it up on my phone right before we went live, and I was like, I don't know how to do it.
Oh, it's like a hue, probably.
Yeah, and it's like it goes. See. Like
ooh, I can see it.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, just a minute ago you were Smurfy. Oh, now you're sick. Oh, now you're Smurfy. Oh, now you're Summer. Oh, you're Smurfy.
And it's got like all kinds of you can change the palettes. You can change it from colors to whites, and there's themes, and there's a palette. It's awesome. I mean, the stinking technology. I love it.
I know. And teachers, by the way, this stuff is cheap.
Yeah.
And I remember in my lab, in order to set up like a really cool vibe in there, I just bought a bunch of floor lamps from Walmart. They were dirt cheap, like $20 a piece or something.
And
I just had 6 of those spread around the room because it's a pretty big room. And that was all we used. And then I bought, it was Christmas time. And I bought this little, the remote control you can do at the house to turn on the Christmas lights outside.
Yeah.
I bought one of those.
Good idea.
So I came into the lab and I had the remote taped to the wall right near the back door where I came in, and just boop, boop, hit it on, and I was all set. I felt like a magician.
Well, and this is my problem, right? My husband set it up right before we started. I didn't get a chance to mess with it. And now I'm going to be green the whole time.
You're sick.
That's
sick.
Oh, no.
Is that what they say these days?
I don't know. I'm not in because I'm not in the classroom anymore, I can't keep up. And I feel like I'm so out of the loop.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Although I have teenage boys, so they help keep me in the loop a little bit.
Right. Yeah, that's true. There we go.
Usually by just saying things like, yeah, Dad, that's not cool.
Yeah. My kids aren't there yet. My kids are still in preschool, so they still think I'm cool. Little do they know.
Hold on to it while you can.
Yeah. So I don't really have a topic tonight. Isn't that terrible? I'm sorry. I really feel underprepared.
No. You know what? I think that first of all, it's summer.
Yeah, that's true.
Second of all, there's so much going on with our company.
Yeah.
If people aren't writing in and asking about anything, then I think it's cool for us to just kind of chat. And I love we got the live thing. There's 2 people on. I don't know how to tell who's on. Hey, if you're on, say hey. Say hey in the chat. And if you have any questions, comments, ideas, things you've been wondering about, things you want to. Hey, it's Petrie. How's it going? I was talking about you today, Petrie. I was talking about you today. Oh, I emailed you this morning too. So yeah, David, to connect her with David, David's really interested in, he's our new kind of product development, go bigger kind of guy. And so he's interested in talking to customers and state people and district people about just like, what do you guys need? How in the world can we make this better for you? And he's just so dedicated to, to making the product exactly what people need.
Is that Guapo?
Yeah.
There's
Say hi, Guapo.
Rob.
Say hi to the internet. Say hi to the internet, buddy. He's so darn cute.
He is. How old is he again?
Yeah. He's 3. He's a shelter rescue.
Yeah. I see. I had to kick my dog out because I have laminate in this room. And do you have that in your house where like if they're like claws clack, they go clack, 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 clack all over the dang place. So it's very distracting. So when I'm doing videos and things, I have to chew him out.
It sounds like an army of fairies typing.
Yeah. You know what's funny is my husband is also getting a new keyboard. And did you know that there are YouTube videos of people just on keyboards, clack, 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 like just to like, because he does a lot of conference calls, which I guess all of us are really doing at this point. And he has it so you can hear the volume of when you're typing on the keyboard. And it's just all YouTubes of all these things. And I was like, what are you watching? What is that? And he's like, I just want to see how loud it is so that I don't annoy the people I'm on the conference call with. I was like, I didn't even think that was a thing, but okay. That's
yeah. I gotta say, I love this keyboard. It's pricey, but for those of you that are big Photoshop users, this Logitech keyboard is really cool, and it's got like this fancy dial.
Yeah, what's that dial do?
So when you're in the app and you've got like a tool live, this dial allows you to, like, for example, change the brush size.
Stop.
So, no, it's a really cool. Yeah, and it matches with this thing. And
well, what's that thing? Wait, but what's that thing?
Oh, it's just the mouse, which isn't super special. But here's what's neat about them. These Logitech keyboard and mouse, I can set up this Mac and my Windows machine next to each other, and it has a feature called Flow or something. And if I just hold Control and Alt, when I move the mouse to the right-hand side of the screen, it jumps from the PC to the Mac.
Stop.
Yeah. That's the cool. One keyboard automatically jumps. It's really cool.
Yeah, Eric my husband just got this keyboard. I don't know where it's from. I don't know but apparently the sound while you're typing is an appropriate level.
Got it. Is it loud? Is it click clacky?
I don't know. Here, can you hear it?
Oh, that's click clacky, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not super loud.
No, it's not super loud. It's not. And I think the reason is because he wants to have it. He's going to have a monitor in here. So there's going to be this huge monitor. We're going to get a DSLR. So that way when we're filming the live chats, it's a real camera and not my webcam, basically.
I am figuring that out now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I know. It's like we're like paralleling right now in our...
Yeah. And you know what one's really good? Teachers too. If you got budget money and you want to set up a decent studio for teaching from home, the new Canons, the M50, I think it's called. Canon just released this update where you can hook it with USB right into your computer. It only works on one platform. I can't remember if it's Mac or PC, but it just passes through that video and looks really great. Yeah, it's
what is it called? A Canon what?
M50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if we can find a link to it, I'll link it down below.
Oh yeah. And it's very affordable. It's, it's $600 where, the 5D like I used to use for the videos and stuff, that thing was $2,500.
Wow.
So this is $700, super light, real small and fancy and cute.
Okay.
It's going to be my new travel. Yeah, I'm actually getting rid of all my DSLRs, and I'm just going to use this one little guy. It's light. It's easy to carry around. It's perfectly fine for photos. It's great for video, great for photos. Yeah.
What did you use when you were in India?
A T7i
A T7.
with a really great Tamron lens that was like 28 to 400.
Okay.
So that's how I got those really cool shots where I could like really zoom in on somebody.
Yeah.
The picture of the dude, you know, the one that's like at the end of Project One, I think, the Indian looking guy, the blue eyes, so intense. Yeah, I was standing pretty far from that dude.
Really?
So I just zoomed. That's how we got all that like detail and that grit and everything. Yeah.
Did you use a different lens or did you just use the same?
I used that one lens. That's all I brought with me.
Awesome. And it's the lens that comes with that camera?
No, it's a separate lens, and it's kind of pricey. It's like 800, I think, just for that lens. But it's image stabilized, like I said, 18 to 400. So it's just got a huge range. Like the pictures of the Taj that you see, like looking down the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, so that, I just went like 100 feet forward, and then that's where you get some of those images. And then the one where the sun is setting behind the top of one of the little pillars of the Taj, that one was that same camera just zoomed all the way in, and I was like right there, like on the roof of the Taj. It was beautiful.
Wow. So Aaron wants to know, what was that size?
It was, I'm pretty sure it was 16 or 18 to 400. It's got a huge throw. It's not here right now. My son took it on a vacation. Otherwise, I'd go grab it for him.
You know, we should do something like that. Should be something we put in our courses, Rob, is like a photography, how to get started with photography. Because we do kind of the end product and we do that once you have the photo, but we don't really ever do how do you get a good photo?
Yeah. And, you know, and that's one of those ones that I started recording and I had some really good images to like show depth of field. And I had gone out and set things up, and, you know, it's one of those ones where I got started and I was like, I'm not as good as other people, so I quit.
Well, but you always talk about, you know, but you always talk about, you know, failing, like, you know, doing something and failing and learning from that. See, look, Aaron loves the idea. See?
So my friend, Mike Scotchko, my hero, Mike Scotchko, always says, we teach what we most need to learn.
Yeah.
And when it comes to, it is something that I need to learn. I'm working really hard at it, like a lot of changes that I'm always afraid it's frustrating the team. But every time I tell them I'm stepping back from this, I'm stepping back from that, I want to follow this thing that I'm working on, they're always behind me. And that's really helping me feel like I can really do this. But yeah, I do need to be more comfortable with when things aren't perfect. I am allowed to share them.
Yes. I think that, we've had that conversation in not on live, but I've told him before, you know, I feel like sometimes there's that roadblock of he wants it to be super perfect. And it's like, Rob, not everybody knows how to do this at all. So it doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to just be out there. And you learn from, you know, if you throw something out there, and that's how we do it with the kids, right? Like that's how you did it with your kids. I'm sure you would go in there like, let's just throw this against the wall and see what sticks. And then you just kind of move forward and go, okay, well, that was either a flop or it was amazing.
Yeah. You know, and one thing that I've discovered, like in this whole COVID thing, is that one of the challenges that I have is without a deadline. Well, not COVID, actually. This has just been the last 4 years. Like since I've been out of the classroom, when there's not a deadline for me where somebody's going to be like, nope, it's live right now. No matter what, it's live. I'll overthink it. I'm like, no, I got to get more research. I don't know enough. I got to get it perfect. What about this weird, nuanced 1 in a billion times is going to happen thing? I got to address that just in case. And every time that I've been at my best, it's when there's something hits me sideways. I didn't even see it coming, and it's just like boom, and I just address it, and I'm present in the moment, and it usually goes pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to force myself into that, and David and you, both of you guys are really helping try and establish things as I'm figuring out what I want to do. And then it's like, okay, well then let's figure out a time frame for this. And it's tough, and we've got, hey, Stubbers, how's it going?
Hello from Idaho. Hello from Florida.
Do you guys get tumbleweeds in the summer too? Or is that just like no, it's not.
No, I've never been to Idaho. So I feel like when we start doing this whole classroom visit thing that you want to do,
yeah,
I want to go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you should go to West Virginia to see Petrie too.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So.
And like when Disney settles down, maybe we can have everybody come to us at some point. Well, Certified's doing their certified thing next year in Orlando, aren't they?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerome.
Hey guys.
On?
Jennifer says no to your question. There are not tumbleweeds.
No tumbleweeds. That's what I thought, because I didn't get to see many. I mean, I saw them against the fence, but I never got to see one running in the wild or grazing in a pasture.
I've never seen one. Dude,
I didn't think they were real. I thought it was just on Bugs Bunny.
Say that.
Yeah, I know. And then I get out there and they're like, "Oh yeah, dude, you're driving in the winter and you'll just hit one," and they said they just explode, and it's just like all dust and sticks.
Oh
like,
my gosh!
I want so badly to murder.
Does it like come with the like Wild West theme song when it goes, or does that like just play?
No, there's no music. It just is a tumbleweed that goes like that.
So Jennifer says we're getting schooled. Tumbleweeds are in southern Idaho, not northern.
Oh. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that beautiful. Hold on. Put it back up. Look at her picture. Sorry. Look at that. Where is that?
Yeah. Jennifer,
where are you? That beautiful arch.
Oh, and Aaron says we have to count, or you, but I don't know who the you is. Me, you?
I think it's both.
Both.
And Aaron, you'll be happy to know that conversation literally just came up the other day with, remember I stayed at that cool Airbnb? I just kind of like became friends with the host, and once in a while we chat, and I started talking to her, and she's just like, "Yeah, come on up again."
Oh, you said that story already, but I think it was in a webinar.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah. So Jennifer said that's Cabo.
Cabo, yeah. That's a little bit. That's not in Idaho, right? Oh, you want to play fetch? Guapo, I can't play fetch now. Look, we're on the internet.
See, he doesn't care. That's my dog. My dog, like when I try to put him on a FaceTime issue, he's like, "No, get out of this. Get out of my face."
Look up here, Guapo. Look up there. Can you? How cute can you look for a camera? Golly, he is such a darn cute pooch, isn't he?
He is cute. He is.
I like his little nose design. He's got a trident on his nose. It's a peace sign without the circle.
You need to take pictures of him and incorporate the pictures of him into the next course.
Oh yeah.
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 Bob and I were just talking about possible projects for the next Photoshop course. We're thinking of what kind of things we could do. And I came up with the movie poster. Well, I didn't come up with it. Somebody had mentioned a movie poster would be fun. And we were trying to think of like, what kind of movies would Rob or Jackie be starring in?
And that was a good project I used to do, where they'd take a movie poster and like just put their face in it,
Oh, okay.
But I said, you got to change the text too. And it was really fun because I was like, the text has to match. If I can tell it's a different font, you lose the game.
Oh, so it's kind of like a parody movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, the most, it was a little Photoshop, masking and putting their face over and writing. But the main thing was that when they're really looking at the fonts,
yeah.
I would come around and I was super picky. I was a real jerk about it. And so I'd come around and I'm like pretty close. I go, but look at this R.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how the crossbar there, it comes back and there's that little bubble? Yours doesn't have the bubble. Like find one. And what that did was that just helped the kids look at text. And I go, think about how that bubble makes a real difference. Like when it hangs off that R, a cute little, round thing, and the front of the R comes down and it's a little bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Just look how much like energy and emotion and vibe is just in these font details. When you pick your fonts, this is why it matters. You
Yeah.
know, it subconsciously sends this message. It was a great tool
Mm-hmm.
for teaching them, about the letter forms and the vocabulary of
Right.
descender and, bowl and all that
And
stuff.
details.
Yeah. It was really the best part of what we teach is design, because there's no right answer. It's all about influence, and it's subtle and nuanced, and that's the part I like anyway.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the part that helps them get hired, because without the nuances, it's just, or how do you say it? Arial? Arial?
Arial, yeah, Arial.
Arial. It's
Yep.
just Arial times New Roman and Comic Sans. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to.
I'm going to send you an email written entirely in Chiller.
Oh, no. I don't remember which job it was, but my husband works in IT. Well, used to work in IT. He's not in that division anymore, but he would always have the funniest, like, they are funny. They put up these signs. I wish I had pictures of them. If I did, I would share them. Maybe he still has them. I'll share them anyway. They're funny.
Right. Like PEBCAC kind of.
Yeah. PEBCAP. If anybody tells you it's a PEBCAC error, yeah, give them a dirty look, or if you're close enough, do those types of things, because tell them what it means.
Its problem exists between keyboard and chair.
I thought it was computer and chair.
Either one.
PEBCAP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem exists between computer and chair.
Yeah. It's the nerdiest way to say the user's an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to tell that to my kids, I think. And obviously they figured it out, but they would, because they'd be like, well, what kind of an error is that? I'm like, you need to Google it. Google it, and you'll find out. And then they would get mad.
It's fun when they're mad.
It's fun. It's fun teaching them.
Teenagers love being mad. It's like, it's in their DNA.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the teenage years. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's the bet. You're going to be good.
Well, I taught teenagers, so I feel like I've mentally prepared them for them. But yeah, no one mentally prepared me for toddlers.
There is no way to be prepared.
It really isn't, because they are all so different.
Yeah. That's like, the expression is like herding cats.
Yes.
It's like herding cats in a hurricane.
Yeah.
Toddlers.
And they're outside.
Yeah.
Herding cats outside while there's a hurricane.
Except louder.
Yeah.
And dirtier. There's lots of snot and poo.
Yeah.
That was the part for me. I was like, hey, high school. Yeah, man. That's my thing. High school.
Yeah. I did that. I landed there accidentally, but I think I landed in the right spot when I was there.
Yeah, I started in middle school, and I really loved the middle school, and I wouldn't have left. Like, I was really happy there. But once you go to high school from middle school, for me anyway,
Yeah.
I got there. The first year is kind of like, I kind of miss those quirky, they're younger and they're still a little bright-eyed. They're a bit more jaded in high school. But then I started to realize that I can be sarcastic back in high school, and I don't get in trouble for it. And I was like, no, high school is for me.
Yeah.
You can.
I think my sister was in TSA when you were teaching middle school.
Oh, yeah? Oh, middle school?
Yeah. And I think that I asked her, because she does have a picture of you somewhere, because you did some field trip. And when I first started working with you and I mentioned your name, she's like, oh, that's weird. Did he ever do TSA? And I went, I don't know. And so she showed me a picture of you on this field trip. And I went, oh, that is him. So just so
they were good. All those student organizations, they're all great.
Yeah. Yeah. I did BPA when I was at my second school. So yeah.
And then, you know what, Erin and Jennifer, do you guys, Erin does BPA, doesn't she? She's BPA, I think.
I don't know.
I know Stubblefield does BPA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we might have been at the same BPA conferences.
I'm sure.
5 years ago.
That all of our paths have crossed.
It
I
was
think
in,
Aaron came into the classroom later. In Stubbers, I think. How about you, Jennifer? Did you ever do? I don't know if they're, if they might have walked away, grabbed some coffee or something. But did either of you guys ever do any of the like student organizations? And if so, you got any cool stories or?
so I did mine. So Erin says it's on her list. Not yet. It's on my list.
Got it. All right, cool. Yeah. It can be a lot of fun.
I had fun. I mean, if I were still teaching, I would totally do it again. In high school, when I was the high schooler, I did DECA. Excuse me. And that, I mean, I think that those organizations are they're just so enriching. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
They are just so, they give the kids such a sense of purpose, I think. And for me, when I was in DECA, I went to Colorado with my DECA team. I went to California. We went to, I think I can't remember, but I feel like there was a Europe trip somewhere in there. Maybe. I don't really know. I don't remember because it was, decades ago. But I think it was just so much fun. Like there was just so much travel and so much independence almost. And you worked hard to get where you were,
Yeah.
It was like when I was sponsoring BPA, one of my students they were always in the room. Every time they had a free moment, they would come to the room and just say, I need to work on my thing. I need to work on it. And, they worked so hard. So seeing them up there, it was just such a different experience because seeing them up there, like getting the awards and not to brag, but when the 1 year I was BPA sponsor, one of my kids won first place in the digital design. I was like, I expect no less, but I wouldn't have been disappointed either way. So, BPA does have more. So Erin said we have DECA at our school. BPA, there's stuff to do for the digital kids. And that I find that true as well. I've looked at DECA recently and it's more marketing based, I feel like. And BPA does have, digital design. And I think there's like media things that are more geared towards our curriculum. So,
the BPA dude is a really cool guy. Actually, he was there at Erin's school when I was out to see Erin and her team.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's a really great. Oh yeah, and you met him at Certified.
Yeah.
We should get that dude on this show.
We should.
Yeah,
I should reach out to him because they had to cancel this year, which was sad. We were supposed to be there this year at the BPA thing. Jennifer, BPA is awesome. We usually have 25 to 30 every year. Yeah, we had a large group go to Indianapolis 6 years ago. That was the last time I was in the classroom. So, but yeah.
When I was doing TSA, my kids, we had a lot of kids that placed, state and went to nationals, and we even had. In my chapter, we even had kids that were, they'd run for like the state office. And we had, I had a state secretary. I had a vice president. I think I had a president 1 year.
Wow.
Just really, really involved. And it was just great. It's, great teachers who are really interested in doing extra things. And like you said, the kids are there. They're there at lunch.
Yeah.
They're after school. They're just really dedicated. They're into their project. And yeah, it was just sort of fun to really build like really cool relationships with those kids and sort of mentor them in an even deeper level than we get to in the classroom.
Yeah. So graphics and desktop publishing and web design and BPA. Yes, that is why we liked BPA. Oh, not that they're any better, just different things that the kids can get involved in. So
yeah. The focus was really good in BPA for Adobe related stuff. There were a lot of contests that had. Right.
Well, and Certiport, I think, is at BPA events. Like I remember the kids were getting certified. They were able to sign up and do the certifications at the BPA events.
That's right. I do remember that too.
Yeah. It's all connected.
Yeah, I know.
Did you do TSA with Mark?
Yes, I did.
Mark was my graphic design teacher.
Wow.
Yeah. 17 years ago. as my 3-year-old would say, like 11 years ago. And you're like, what number is that exactly?
Wow, Aaron is saying that BPA just doesn't even exist in West Virginia right now. That's
Really?
Dude, you know what? Do you want to know what though, Aaron? I'll tell you what. Sign up for BPA now, because it is impossible if you're the only chapter to not take first in everything.
Oh yeah, that's true. You would win. You'd totally clear out at the state competitions.
All the kids, state president, put on resumes. Yeah, dude, there's no way to go. The only thing, like, as a teacher, the trick is just, if it's total garbage, you're just like, yeah, you're not entering that. Like, I'm not going to allow you to be recognized as first in the state at BPA for this piece of steamy.
Yeah,
this is not going to happen.
Jennifer says yes. Certiport is in BPA. It's actually part of the test score.
Huh? And Certiport in BPA. What test?
Yeah.
Is there a BPA test?
I don't know. It's been 6 years since I've been to one, so I'm not sure.
Wow, look at what Aaron's saying, that there's
a very real chance I'll only see my kids at school 2 days a week. Yeah, that's how they're doing something similar, I think, in South Florida. They're saying, I don't know how real this is, just because it changes, I feel like, every day. But the last time I checked, they were going to have half the kids come Monday, Tuesday, take whatever break they need to on Wednesday to clean or sanitize or whatever, and then have the other half of the kids come Thursday, Friday. So, and then in those other 3 days, they'll be doing e-learning. So we'll see we'll see if that sticks until August, and then we'll also see how that pans out.
You know what? I know there's a lot of people stressed about this. Actually, like, here's Erin saying she's stressed about revamping the program.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage you, Erin, to just take this as like the coolest opportunity to just knock you out of comfort zones, to kind of, it's super uncomfortable. It's super intense. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. But here's the thing. Nobody knows what to do.
Yeah.
Nobody has any idea what the heck is going on here. And it's such a cool time to just, all those things you're like, that you just really dreamed about, as you want to do in the classroom at the beginning. Try it now. Because you got this whole, even if it's a total crash and burn, you've got this awesome excuse of, this whole coronavirus. I didn't know what I was doing, going on. That was that's how I figured everything out. I was just like, let me always be the first one to try it, because then even if I screw up, I'm still like the first guy. It's still the best guy. It's just like being the first TSA or BBA chapter in West Virginia. It's first place every time. You can't lose. Nobody else is playing the game. Yeah. So I'm really excited I am so excited for teachers. Just, I know it's so intense, but guess what? It always works out. It always works out.
Right.
If you love the kids and you trust the kids, it always works out. Even when you don't know what you're doing. Jackie, you and I both came into the classroom not knowing Photoshop, right?
Well, yes, that is correct.
We winged it.
We winged it completely.
We made it up on the fly and just, we winged it.
And I was in a reading room. I told you that part, right?
Yeah, with no computer.
A reading room with no computers. So if I can make that first year happen, I feel like anybody can make anything happen at this point.
Yeah. And then a couple of years later, she's top certifying center, like the church.
And it happened kind of organically. I mean, and you just tell the kids, because the kids don't know either, and the kids feed off of us, right? So if we're panicked and we're like, oh my gosh, this isn't going to work, what are we going to do? Then that's what the kids are going to adopt. That's the attitude they'll adopt. But if you just say, hey, it's new, and there are going to be some speed bumps, there are going to be some hiccups, and we're just going to figure it out.
Yep. Yeah.
So
demonstrate how to fail with grace, and and intention, and like, look, we're going to try this thing. I have no idea if it's going to work, guys. We don't know. No one's done it.
Yeah.
This is the first COVID year of school. We started out this way. Nobody knows what's going on. So you guys, what's your ideas? Help me figure it out. What are you guys doing? And
so Aaron has quite a big bundle of money to spend by tomorrow.
Ideas?
Ideas. So
super custom brain buffet subscription.
Gosh. So Rob and I were actually just talking about this right before we went live, about a photo studio, right? Like a photography studio. So I don't know what you focus on, Aaron, in your classroom, but do you have I guess
Aaron already has 22 of everything in her lab, and it's always the most important version of the thing.
Fair.
Apple Pencils for all. Oh, you got iPads for everyone? That's important for the Apple Pencils. I'm sure she's already got Wacom tablets.
Well, that's why I didn't say Wacom tablets, but I was thinking if she has a nice studio with like a light and a camera and a tripod.
Yeah, I bet she does have. It's paid by the day.
Oh.
So you know what? Another thing was I'll tell you what I would do if I was back in the classroom again and I had a large amount of money. Definitely one of the first things I would do is dual monitor setups on every single computer. Ooh. And I don't remember, Aaron, if you're allowed to.
Did he have that set up in his classroom? Yeah. That was awesome.
Yep. And she said the kids just got brand new iPads. I don't know. Yeah, so Apple Pencils, and she's already got dual monitors. See what I said?
True. Okay. Touche. I don't know. It's hard to buy stuff when you don't.
Dude, her lab has its own space shuttle.
What?
I made that up. Okay. Oh. She said, got that. Was that to the space shuttle? No room.
Yeah.
Build another building.
But Aaron, you should come on. I think we should have pictures of your lab. If you have pictures, and we would love to see your lab. Dual monitors.
Dual monitors. See, you guys are doing it right.
See, and I didn't have space for dual monitors. Well, I mean, I had 50 kids in the class, so I didn't have the space for dual monitors.
You didn't have space for students with 50 kids in a room.
No, I did, because we were in the old shop class, so they had shut down, the shop class basically, and we were in this huge room. I mean, it was huge. It was a huge room. Then that's why it was able to accommodate it. And I got to give them credit. They did ask me. Not that I think my answer would have mattered necessarily, but they did ask before, and they said, well, we're going to move you into this new room and it holds 50 students. Are you going to be okay with that? And I was like, well, as long, I guess, as there's a computer per student, and I'm not talking about a laptop. I'm talking about a desktop, can't go anywhere, sits in that seat, computer. Yep. And they did it. So I lived up to my bargain. Aaron doesn't have dual monitors. No room. Oh, yeah. See?
Yeah.
Out of power.
Man, the power thing is a big deal.
Yeah. Well, especially in schools. Like, I don't know when our school was built. I want to say, Johnny Depp went to that school, if that's any indication of the age of the school. But
is he from South Florida?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He went to and dropped out of the high school I taught at.
Wow.
Yeah. Weird facts.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, yeah. So the because it was an old building, the whole point of that was, is it was built, decades ago without internet and Wi-Fi and all that stuff. Yeah. And to reconfigure all that was always a mess.
I wonder. So I'm just thinking about Aaron. So, how my brain works. It keeps firing off.
Yeah.
So then when you were talking about the power, what about using that money to upgrade power to get a few extra lines pulled in? But yeah, honestly, I do think dual monitors is one of the most important things. Although, Aaron, are you Macs? You're Mac, aren't you? I'm pretty sure she's Mac. I'm 99% sure.
Okay.
You know what? And she's got iPads. There's that thing. There's that software that you can get now for the Mac,
Mhm.
where you hook your iPad up and it works as a second monitor. Do you know about that?
No,
That's yeah, it's a new thing.
okay.
Yeah, but that I don't know if it's special software or it's just built into the Apple stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can use.
I don't think it. She said no. Erin said no.
No, I don't remember my question.
But is she a Mac Lab? What's your question?
Oh yeah, Mac. Oh, she's not a Mac Lab. Man, I thought she was. Okay.
Oh, you know what you could do if you want to do dual monitor? Didn't William had his on on wheels. I don't know what it was, but he had like a thing that he kind of wheeled it around. Oh, she has a Mac. Her kids are PC.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it
There
was.
you go. So,
Cool.
yeah. But you could do a portable monitor. So just the kids that need the dual monitor for that, because I do think that if you do it for everybody, there are always those kids that are in your lab that don't take it as seriously as like, the kids that are really into it. So maybe you could do a dual monitor situation that's on wheels and just have that, blocked away when when it's not needed, and then bring it out for the kids that maybe do need it.
Yeah, and so Erin, as I remember Erin's lab, it's kind of print heavy. She's got like a really big dye sub thing and a big vinyl cutter. She's got all kinds of cool equipment for print.
Yeah.
So, Petrie, you know more than I do about all this gear anyway. She had her own business doing signage and shirts. And all that stuff. So yeah, she's a genius.
So we need to, Erin, if we do shirts, we should do Brain Buffet shirts.
Yeah, I think we did talk about that one time, actually.
Yeah, we should do that.
Fort Lauderdale High did our last bunch.
Last round.
Yeah, I used to do this punk rock church, and so those were the shirts that I was using for the organic church shirts back in the day, and I had like a poop ton of t-shirts left over.
Yeah, I know. And you brought them to me and you're like, here. I was like, what are you gonna do? Like hundreds of t-shirts. I'm not going to a concert. Shoot it off like I'm at a hockey game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, Erin, buy us one of those t-shirt guns. And then, yeah. And then if the kids are bad, you just soak them in water first.
No, geez.
You knock your kid right out.
Disclaimer, don't really do that.
Don't ever listen to Rob. That's disclaimer.
She's OP. So yeah, what we should do in one of these live chats is kind of, we're going to have to do it like on our phone so that they can like see things. I'd like to show them like stuff to set up in a studio because I mean, as a teacher, when I was teaching, I always made my own tutorials. So, maybe show them how to do that. Because even in the first week, I had my own like welcome to the classroom videos and stuff like that. Yeah. So that'd be kind of a neat. I'm sorry, I'm just like throwing things out there.
Oh, it's good. And Dockery, he sets up all his class website stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he's got like the school approved thing, whatever. But a lot of the resources he sets up just on Weebly, like just get a free website thing, upload your videos to YouTube. And import them all. Like you guys, I think every teacher that uses our stuff, we're just showing you how to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Like I hope that teachers will get to the point where they don't even need our stuff anymore. Like, I know that's not wise business wise, but like that's the dream though, is like we empower teachers to like recognize, man, you can do this on your own. Like just watch how we did it for a couple of years and then go nuts.
Well, and I think it also takes I don't know how you did your videos, but it took me a long time to record my videos. But we had talked about this before where you kind of wrote yourself little notes and kind of did an outline. And I winged it. And I wouldn't recommend that approach because there are a lot of cut pieces, explicitives, and all that other good stuff that I'm sure, that didn't make it to the cutting room floor, basically. So yeah. Write yourself an outline.
Yep. Yeah. It's very difficult. And what I did was, especially on, the videos you guys see and the ones like in the book and stuff where I'm there live talking to the camera, I had on the tripod a paper clip hanging just below the lens. And I get the notes right there. So I'm looking at the camera. It's all right there. Yeah. Like I had it all kind of nailed down. Like when I'm recording and I'm like in that space, it's like I'm a bit of a machine most days.
That's good. Well, and that's good because it's almost like a teleprompter. If you have the your own little cards at the bottom, that's what they do in the news. You just have to pretend like you're not reading.
And, these days with your phone or an iPad, you can get a dang teleprompter and it's only $100 or something. Actually, well, if you're doing video or news, that's a great thing to add.
Yeah.
And it comes with software and you put it under, lay it down on this thing and it reflects on the glass and you can just read it and it looks like you're looking right at the camera. It's really cool. I learned about that on a YouTube video. Doing all these online teaching thing, watch YouTube videos about how people set up their studio. How to be a YouTuber? Because teachers, guess what? This upcoming year, you're all going to be YouTubers.
I can't wait there. Look at this. We have a teleprompter.
Of course he does.
Aaron, we can't spend your money if you have everything.
I know. She has everything. That's why I said.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
You should see if you can buy me a robot. Like a robot that does dishes and then send it to Rob Schwartz. I'll give you my address offline.
That's what my oldest says. He goes, Mom, can't we just build a robot to do all this? I'm like,
yeah.
If you can do it, please do so we can, go on Shark Tank and just do that.
It's probably coming sooner than later.
Yeah, he's very inventive. He just likes to think in that way. So who knows? My
kind of kid.
Yeah.
Weird watches too much science fiction. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I did a Star Wars trivia last night and it's terrible. I should have actually been texting you while I was doing
it. Terrible?
Oh, I did terrible. I did so terrible.
Now you talk like Yoda.
Huh?
You said I is terrible. And I said, you talk like Yoda.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I thought I knew a lot about Star Wars because, we've been watching them a lot since it's on Disney Plus.
No.
I know nothing.
You have to watch it the way that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, my dad had an AV company, and I remember we had VCRs before they were a thing. Like it was like, hey, we're thinking about making these things. Do you think you could sell them? And we had one. And somebody had gone into the movie theater and videotaped it, like back in the day, how they do.
Yeah.
And we had this bootleg of Star Wars, and I literally watched it as a kid every single day for more than a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Every single day.
So I was like that with The Little Mermaid and
the Disney stuff. You're a Disney girl.
Well, yeah. And Ferris Bueller's Day Off, oddly enough. We taped it off, it was, on TBS, and then we taped it on the VCR, and then you just watched it. And ironically, I watched it because on TBS they bleep all the bad words. So I knew the lines of the voiceover. So when I was an adult and I watched it, I went, oh, that's what they say.
Oh, you didn't know the real. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But to this day, even when my kids watch, the kids don't watch Ferris Bueller, but when they put on The Little Mermaid, I can recite it. And my husband will be like, what are you doing? Are you reciting the words? I'm like, I'm sorry. It's a weird thing. I know all the words to this ding dang movie.
I do that with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Every single line, even Chewie's line, even the droids.
Yeah. So I feel like if I had that, I would have done much better at this trivia because I did not do well. I think I maybe got one question correct.
Honestly, even after you watched that, you probably still wouldn't. What was it? Was it the Trivial Pursuit one?
No, so I do this this trivia. It's 2 or 3 times a week. They actually started it during COVID, and they do this trivia. It's all Disney, of course, because I'm a Disney geek, and they do teams, and it's like a pub style trivia. So they have different people make different trivia questions, and the art teacher I was telling you about, Glenn, he did them. So he wrote them, and he wrote them on Star Wars and on Marvel. And I know nothing about either of those topics. So I did pretty bad.
Even if you know, if you get like the Trivial Pursuit stuff, because like I was really into it. So like I was reading like the novels and
Okay.
the Han Solo trilogy and the, a lot of the fiction stuff. Rogue Squadron was like, this is all stuff like right after the Death Star and New Hope. Yeah.
I mean, they had books. See, that's
there's a whole
Star Wars world.
Yep. Yeah. They call it the extended universe.
I see.
And the Han Solo trilogy was amazing. And this one, I don't remember. I just remember the character was called Grand Admiral Thrawn, and he was a terrible bad man.
Oh, okay.
And one thing I liked is related to Photoshop was that the way that he would terrorize the planets that he, as an Imperial dude was trying to subdue, he would study their art. And by looking at their art, he would discern what their fears was culturally, what the fears of this planet were. And then he would attack in a way that would reflect back on their mythological fears. And that was sort of his main strategy. And I was just like, what a diabolical, awesome bad guy.
Yeah.
And
so that's in the books, because I don't remember that from the movies.
Oh, and look, I've got Garcia. Is that Narcia? It is Narcia. It's always still the nicknames. So yeah.
Oh. And Erin said she's waiting on Rosie from the Jetsons. Me too. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Me too.
So Anthony's saying that he is non-Canon. So you're a Nikon guy. Is that what that means? I'm guessing that's what that means. I don't think of you as a photographer. I think of you as a digital artist with like that, kind of fairy type, what's his name? Aaron Ferry or whatever, the magazine. I don't know. Golly, I'm can't put the name there, but there's a designer that really started. Oh, it's non-Canon. Got it. Oh, see that, dude? That's a nerd. That's why. See. The kids that connect. Yeah, you just know it's not canon. See, when you're a nerd when you're discussing Star Wars, and you talk about stuff being canonical or non-canonical.
So, but I don't know what that means. So
that's like well, I always know from like a biblical term, the canon is like it's literally in the Bible. It's like literally from on high. Canon. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's funny. I was saying sorry. Yeah. So Anthony, for any of you guys that have seen, sometimes I'll present and I'll show student art, and the one with the weird alien looking monster dude with his kind of head exploding out the top. Mm-hmm. That's one of Anthony's, and also the RAR with like the guitar dude and it says RAR down the side. That's one of his also.
Who did your stormtrooper?
That was Madero, Lucas Madero. Yeah, really, really talented guy. He went into like electrical engineering. That's what he really wanted to do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But he's, he was just one of those kids who's just diligent. Mm-hmm. And just, Narcia was more of he was just the artist type. Like, he walked in the room and you're like, artist.
Yeah.
One of those. Yeah.
Yeah. I always had, there was always kids every year. It never fails. Every year that would walk in and I'd be like, oh, do you want to teach this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like you know more than me, like legitimate. I mean, in the first year, they knew more than me. But as I got used to it, there were those kids that would blow me out of the water. And it was like, I guess you don't have to follow this tutorial. You can just show me what you want to show me. Like, just go ahead. Yeah. You do you.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've got and you get those kids in sometimes because like Anthony, you were a traditional artist guy, right? Like you were comfortable with pencils and brushes and stuff like that. And that's that type of kid. That Photoshop can be a little bit challenging for those kids. And I remember that one of the things that really just lit Anthony up, where like a lot of his art started really coming in, was when I broke out the Wacom tablets.
Oh yeah.
And students who had that traditional training and they just know how to pull a line, man, when those came out, like you just saw those kids just blow up. It was so cool. So yeah.
He says he took your class and it blew his world.
Yeah, he's a cool kid, man. So and we were just talking just recently on Facebook, I think. Because you moved, right? Are you in St. Pete now, I think, or something now, Garcia? I think you moved, or Jupiter? I can't remember. I feel like you moved out of the area. Oh, no, wait. He was up in Orlando. Yeah, you were in Orlando. And then you moved, I think, again. Is that right? I think so. I was just in Orlando, dude. I didn't even think about it.
Literally this morning.
South Carolina. Yeah, okay. So.
Close.
No, dude, no, he was in Orlando. Tell him he was in Orlando. Boom. See, I'm not an idiot. I'm mostly an idiot. See?
Oh, that was funny, though.
I knew it. I knew he was in Orlando because I was just saying, dude, I'm buying a place up there. We should hang out. And
so can you post information about BPA? Is that what you mean? BPA?
Yeah, it means BPA.
So BPA stands for Business Professionals of America, and I can post their website organization somewhere in the comments. I'll put it in the description. That would be a better place for it, but I'll put it in the description in the comments. I'm pretty sure it's bpa.org.
Yep, I just looked it up.
Oh, well, see, there you go. And Rob's on it. So, and I want to say they have a chapter in at least half of the states, if not more. I think they have a lot of the bigger states have them. I know Florida has a big chapter, state chapter. Oh, there you go. See, look at you, Rob.
I know.
Good job. I like it. It's so great. So yeah, they have chapters in not every state because they don't have one in West Virginia yet, Aaron.
And they're really right now. They're really working on growing. And the new guy, what was his? Brian? Is that his name? Patrick. Yeah, I think you're right. But the new guy, who's kind of like, the sort of vibe guy, who's kind of picking direction and really making things happen. He's really progressive, really looking at making changes, really moving it from, an old vocational type thing, which it sort of started as, like typing for speed. It was sort of secretarial. Yeah. And he's really working very hard and moving it forward. And he's just like, we want to open it up all the time. They want to make like a year-long engagement with people. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
How much they're trying to make it, rather than just like this thing that a few kids participate and then you go to this thing once a year, you can really incorporate a lot more into your classroom. So I'm excited about that stuff for them.
Yeah. And she said, no wonder she couldn't find it. Yeah. Each chapter, each state does it differently, I feel like, because Florida had big chapters, and we, I don't remember, but I want to say our school had one of the largest chapters in Florida, but they do state competitions. So we went to Orlando for state competitions, and then, wherever the national competition was, and it was supposed to be in DC this year. So it was supposed to be a good spot. Not that they're not all good spots, but when it's in Orlando all the time, it's Orlando. We go there a lot. So when it's somewhere different,
it's fun. Students outside of Florida, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
For those of us in Florida, it's kind of like, again.
Right. For those of us who have like pass holder things.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go to Disney. It's cool. It's cool.
Yep.
Well, we're actually approaching an hour, Rob. That was, for not having a topic, we did pretty good at like.
And I am so tired. Like I am not as tired as last week. Last week was bad too. But
you were like zoned out last week. Poor William. Sorry, William.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, just I was up at Dave's, our web guy. I've got a room in his place. So I can kind of stay up there and we can kind of like work a little bit more on that type of thing and just think more strategically and just kind of talk about it. So.
Oh, here, Jennifer has one last comment. We have Epson commercial printers, P9000 and S40 vinyl solvent. Recently bought a Graphtec plotter and cutter. Printed a lot of banners, posters, and sold them through a student enterprise. Bengals print.
Nice.
Yeah. Does that have a website, Jennifer, that you can share? I'd love to share that.
I was going to say, if you don't have it, I challenge you to create a Bengals print website where people can place orders online. Like it's a cool project for the kids. You're going to have some nerdy web kid and you say,
you need to stop saying nerdy. It's not nerdy.
It is nerdy. It's one of the highest compliments that a man can give to another human. You're a nerd.
Take offense to that. I'm just saying, just putting it out there.
If you're easily offended, you will be. I'm putting that out there.
Okay.
Okay. Dude, this is Brain Buffet.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't insult people, we lose the brand. Like that's our branding is sarcasm and insults. Yeah, look at this. Aaron and Jennifer connecting in the.
Look, see, we're bringing people together, Rob.
I love it. This is the part that I want to do. This is the only part that I want to do.
But this is like the virtual teachers lounge. And that's why we started this, because that's where you get the most ideas. And I know I said it somewhere. I don't remember where. We've been doing so many webinars. We were just at the certified conference this week, and we were in so many Zoom meetings. I don't remember where I've said what now at this point, but we really want to do this virtual space where teachers can come together, because you get the best ideas from other teachers. And I know in my school, I was the only person teaching what I was teaching. I mean, we had a web design teacher and we had a, marketing teacher, but it was just me with the Photoshop. So I think that's why you and I got along so well, because you were another Photoshop teacher that I could pick up a phone and say, hey, I have this idea. What do you think?
Yeah.
So it just works.
Yeah.
And anyway, we are approaching an hour, and we aren't 100% sure we're going to be on next week since it's the 4th of July weekend.
I'll make an executive decision. No conference. No whatever next weekend.
Okay. So if we don't hear from you until then, have a good weekend, 4th of July weekend and all that. We are doing the webinars. I am going to post a link to register if you want to do a webinar, if you're a user and want to see the new site and everything. So I'll put that in the comments below, as well as we'll see you July 9th. Is that the next Thursday? Is that next Thursday?
We'll post. Yeah, we're be pretty consistent on Thursdays.
Yeah.
We'll kind of make it happen.
And the webinars were going to be on Fridays. They were going to be the PDFs, but we decided that nobody's going to show up on a Friday, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Even though the acronym was so good.
Yeah, Jackie was distraught about the loss of a good acronym.
Because PDT doesn't sound as good as PDF.
That doesn't. Sounds like a alarm company or something.
PDT, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right.
Have a good 2 weeks. Bye.
Peace, everybody.